What's going on, guys? This is Connor. I am sorry about my relatively small hiatus. I didn't really post for a little while, and that's just basically me having lots of school stuff to do and shit like that. So I'm making this video. This is part two of my Cancun stories, where I talk about what went down on my vacation to Cancun, Mexico. And if you missed the last one, I'll link it in the video, and be sure to check it out right there. But before I get started on that, I just want to give you an update. I'll put this Cancun Part 2 up today. It's Saturday. What am I saying? And tomorrow I will have a search Moab for you guys that I will actually commentate. So it'll be something different, something new. So look forward to that. And all right, here's part 2. So like I was saying in my last one, I got into Cancun on Christmas night. And at that point, I didn't really have time. I went in the ocean with my family, and then I went down to the lobby, into the lobby bar. And if you don't know, the drinking age in Cancun is 18. So I'm almost legal. I'm only 17, but I was close enough, and I look 18, so I maybe slipped a few. But so I get down there, and I'm with my family for a little while. And it's just me and my sister, and then my parents. So I get pretty bored on family vacations because my sister is 14. And it's just fucking boring. So normally I meet people, hang out, have a good time, and actually what happened on this one was I was sitting in the lobby, and there was another girl who seemed to be in the same exact situation as me. She had blonde hair, and she was pretty tan, freckles on her face, but nice body, and probably like she had a yellow wristband, so I knew she was at least 18. And she looked bored as shit. She was there with her family. She had like 2 brothers, and she kept on looking over at me. So I was like, this may be a fortunate situation. Maybe I have someone to actually hang out with on this vacation. But since I was with my family and she was with her family, I didn't really have a good leeway to get up and talk to her. So I just kind of sat back, exchanged glances for a little while, and then this set of 3 boys, who I found out later were all brothers, came up to her and started talking. Her family was drinking, and that night they were watching the Packers game. And I learned later that she was from Wisconsin, Green Bay to be exact. So they all started talking about football and whatnot. And the kid that was trying to hit on her was 24, as I found out later. And yeah, so those 3 started hanging out with her, and I was like, "Fuck! I just got my girl jacked. Whatever I was gonna try to do on this vacation is ruined. I'm gonna have a shit time." So then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. There weren't very many kids in the hotel, but then there were pool tables down in the lobby bar where I was at, where most of the people were hanging out. So I just went up to some kid, introduced myself, and started playing pool and shit. And this kid was like 16, and his brother was 18. So I just started hanging out with those guys, and I played pool. We talked, and then at like 10 o'clock, his brother was old enough to drink, so he would just get tequila shots for us and other alcohol beverages. And we drank a little bit. And all the while I'm watching this girl. Her name was Sydney, as I found out later. And she's just hanging out with those 3 brothers, all sitting around the table, while the 24-year-old dude hits on this girl who's 18. And I'm like, fuck, this vacation is going to suck ass now. I got the one girl jacked, bullshit, all that stuff. So, basically, I'm a little bit down. I'm like, shit. Okay, but then the next day comes. And this is the next night. I just fast forwarded through all that day. During the day, I was bored as shit most of the time. I woke up late. The nights were the only really fun time in Cancun, which is kind of upsetting because it's really nice weather in Cancun. So the next night, this is right before dinner. I'm sitting in that bar again, hanging out with some friends, and she asked me to come play pool. So I'm like, all right, sure. I introduce myself. She introduces herself. She's playing with like her 2 other brothers, and that goes pretty well. And she's like, I'll see you after dinner. And I wait till then, but then the boys like get to her before I can. So then she hangs out with the 26-year-old. His name's Trainer, for like this long ass time, and I never get to talk to her. Then finally the next night, I find out that those kids are all leaving 2 days from now. And I'm like, all right, sweet. Maybe I'll have time to hang out with her. Because honestly, this is like one of the only girls I've seen the whole entire time I've been at the hotel. So it's kind of like I don't have another choice or anything really to do. But meanwhile, during all the time, I was hanging out with some of the guys that I met, and it was still fun. So I'm like, all right, fine. These guys are all gonna leave the next night, so I'll be good. So then that night goes by. She's hung out with all those three guys again, and that's been that. So we get to the night that they leave, and the next morning, uh, we hang out at the ocean all day and just hang out by the pool, and it's all fine. It's a lot of fun. She's really good looking, nice body. She's funny, talkative, all that stuff. And then it gets to night, and we go walking on the beach. I know, kind of corny. And then we go play some ping pong or whatever, just hanging out. And then, I start to talk to her a little bit, and she starts talking about her old boyfriend that she broke up with like 3 months before here. And then she starts talking about these guys and how she hooked up with this 24-year-old, and that was her first boyfriend kiss she's had since her old ex-boyfriend. So it was a weird situation. I'll talk about what happens after that in the next commentary. I hope. Tell me if you guys are enjoying this. I have a bunch more stories to go from this trip, and look forward to a search Moab tomorrow. All right, guys, that's all. Peace.